I'm gonna take a walk. It's dark outside. I'm alone, but I'm all right. Chilling. Well, happy Pride Month, guys. From what I'm aware, it's Pride Month. So I'd like to say, hope you guys have a good Pride Month and let's just chill for a bit. Weeds were definitely trampled. My path was altered heavily. That's okay. New path, new journey. A wood sword is not going to do much. Should have brought the bat. Better than nothing, though. Guys, make sure to subscribe. Alright, sorry guys. Had to share the live out so everyone gets to see it. Hopefully people enjoy the live. It's quite dark. Only got a light to shine my way. Holding with a tight grip. A wooden sword isn't going to do much, but it could buy time if I get attacked by any wild animals. This is an abandoned area. From what I was told, snakes are also back here, so I gotta be very careful. Hello, Mandy. Welcome. God, each crack of a thorn or something is gonna give my position away. Every predator a good radius. Fucking hell. Silence is never possible with me. Hello. Welcome to the stream. If you guys are aware, this stream is unlocked so anyone can chat, but further streams may be locked behind a 5-minute subscription wait. Just to let you guys know. What am I doing? Just taking a walk. Got a wooden sword. Wish I took my metal aluminum bat, but hey, speed is better. Just traded strength and durable weapons over speed. The bigger, the heavier the weapon, the harder it is to run. The lighter the weapon, the easier it is to run, the less durability. And the less useful it is. Basically a heavy downgrade. I'm gonna go loop back around up here and then go the opposite direction of where I came. Make sure to be safe. It seems really dark out. Yes, it is. In fact, I can give you time. It's 9:39 in my area and it's dark right now. The only thing that shines my way home is the light of the stadium. Well, not much of a stadium, but a park area where you can do a sport. So yeah, once that goes out, I'm on my own. Though I'm fine with that. I can't always read comments. I'm making sure to be watchful of my area, but I'll respond. Okay, just a shadow. Shadow displays, thank God. Oh, Nightbot finally woke up. Hello, Nightbot. Are you walking to your house? No, I'm on a night stroll. Active night stroll. This area is full of vicious dogs. I want to disclose that. So in my area, there's city ordinance that states a dog has to be either behind a fence or on a leash. People actively fail and maliciously refuse to follow those ordinance. Therefore, there's vicious dogs that run about. So having a weapon like this is just rite of passage now. Day by day getting attacked, I've learned my lessons. Trust me, when I get the chance to move, I'm grabbing my keepsakes, leaving my worries, aka the dogs. Also, yes, guys, I've been experimenting with using Nightbot in my streams. I think I'll take the parkour route. Yep, fresh cut. Like it. Didn't mean to do that. Durability, I'd say it's decent. In a real fight, won't last. And that's my honest assessment. Weapons under pressure. This one would not survive. Ground-based attacks, closest to the ground, would probably get the dog to back up, but it would not stop it. Okay, someone's over here. Can't use the parkour route today. Usually I would go up that way and then around. But I guess I gotta take my back entrance. Home we go. This moved no inches. That means no dogs came in, or tried to at least. This is a fire ant hole, and this is more activity during the day, guys. That's why I gotta put these here just to warn people. Room is dark as always. Gotta love the dark enthusiasm. Hello? Stars are beautiful. Wish they could be seen by the camera. Light pollution. Shit sucks. What's up? Gang. Welcome back. I'm back. Jesus J. Chrysler. It is darker than my ego in here. Disconnect from me. All right, bye. I take it.
If you look to your left, open that up.
Monkey bread. All right. I'll take a crack at it later. I wanted to go outside. Just wanted to get my device near the window to grab it. Fuck what they heard. Every nice gaming setup, having neon lights, all that shit. Every nice work setup, having freaking neon lights, 3-prong keyboard setups with 3 screens. I mean, it's good and all, but even minimal shit is crazy. This is just the definition of crazy. I'm outside working on my laptop. Don't try this at home. Actually, go ahead, try it. See how nice it is. Just make sure to bring bug spray. Going to my website. I made a few videos recently, even one about automations, and now I'm back here. Of course, I want to check if things are actually syncing correctly when I update playlists, because it seems it lags behind sometimes. I'd particularly be better off going to categories. Yes, film and animation. Good. Okay. No music has shown up at the front. That's quite alright. It's probably already inside. Discovery. We already been there, done that. We'll go more. I think our socials link is busted. I'll have to fix it. I updated my YouTube channel about links. I do not show Linktree on my about links anymore. I only show my website. So if you're wondering where my about links have gone, I cleaned them up. I got a shit ton of shit in the woodworks. Alright, a lot of Assassin's Creed. It's all supposed to go out. These full-on gaming premieres are supposed to go out every Wednesday until September. So you guys know. That's why I haven't been posting any videos recently, because I just have so many in the backlog waiting to premiere. Of course, I'd like to point out, I make gaming content, like not like the spiced up ones with the animation style where you put like different background effects and stuff. No, I'm just that gamer who games late nights on his PS4. You may see me streaming the games or publishing the back of the games where I played the games on stream and then kept it recorded. Okay, what the fuck, man? Can I have control of my device? Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to block this thing. Thank you. I might have to get rid of this fucking thing up here. Okay, I want to go up. Thank you. Analytics. See whether I'm performing good. No one cares about whatever this stuff is. Thank you. Okay. This is just an overview, not much useful to me. Content. All. 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 What's my lifetime? Viewers is only available for data for regular. Huh. They've definitely changed analytics just a tad. Shorts feed. I'm not coming up much on shorts. That's because no one's really looking me up. Make sure to spread the word at Wolfen underscore Wolfclaw so other people can find me. Most of my subscribers do come from shorts naturally. However, videos that I'm trying to get with streams seems to be coming. So that's good. It's like they're cutting off my lifetimes, so I can't even see them. Low. YouTube and their changes consistently. They are so fucking annoying. Of course, they'll change my analytics now to make it hard for me to know what's what. Alright. God, my neck will kill me. I'll leave it running. Secure the back end. Stars. Right up in the sky, I can see them. Beautiful things. So far away, but so much there. Honestly, wish I had a real date for Pride Month. Been nice. But guess not. Stuck all alone, on my own in the zone. Terrible latches. I want to give you guys some quick advice, or at least my personal opinion. People can be cold-hearted piece of shit. And I don't just mean that, I mean that. Some people are going to be your worst nightmare or your worst enemy. Though, don't let it get to you. You know your worth. You know your value. If someone is not willing to do their research on you, or they're not willing to give you a chance to be yourself around them, and they can't handle who you are, they're not worth any inch of your existence. And they should go politely fuck themselves, because there has become a trend, and I think it's fascinating personally, where every motherfucker on the internet genuinely does believe, they deserve a right to an explanation of why you do what you do or how you do what you do. Transparency is good. But when someone asks me my location, what do I tell them? Sorry, I can't tell them that. If they continue, I give them a warning. They will get blocked and reported for harassment if they continue asking me a question I'm not comfortable with. They continue anyway, and they get reported and blocked, as I said. And it comes a point where boundaries is not just a common status quo. It's a necessity in society when you got all these forums, these medias, everyone so glued to the instant click of the screen. I can tell you, my attention span has downwards. And I don't just mean that in the informational sense. I mean that in the genuine sense. My attention span has dropped dramatically due to big mediums that are fast-paced, like YouTube Shorts, TikTok, anything that's scrollable, that is hook heavy. And you need to be careful. Brace yourself for the madness of truth, because what I'm about to say is going to shock you. See those stadium lights? They're off now. When the world goes dark, when everyone turns out the lights, when the cards were played, are you still there for someone when no one else will? Ask yourself that. Are you the one pillar in someone's life that keeps them from doing something stupid? If you are, and you didn't know, you're a heck of an important pillar to someone. Don't ruin their lives. I want to say one thing to all my enemies. And I'm not going to name names. I'm just going to name documentation names. All right? TTA1, TTA2, TTA3, and of course the newest TTA4. Anyone logged under SA as well. Harassment is not a way of life that you should be continuing. Your actions have consequences. Whether it be my actions responding to you, or someone else, or karma herself stepping in. Your actions were made, your actions were done. You can't change that now. But you can better yourself for the future. So I ask that you stand down. If you guys, any one of you active, stand down, sit down somewhere, quiet, peaceful. Now I want you to go and just sit there and think. 10 minutes, probably an hour if you need. Take your time. And really think, why am I like this? Who am I as a person? Are you the person everyone loves, or the person everyone hates? Why do people hate me? And you'll see real quick why. Now I ask you, is it fun to target me? I'm going to tell you this. Wolf is just as strong as it's supported. It always will be and always has been, just as strong as it's supported. I'm a wolf with a bone. I'd highly suggest you don't take it, but I will allow you to try. Just fair warning, the consequences are severe. Until you can, and I quote this, deceive my people who care about me and are chilling with me, and take down my infrastructure piece by piece, you've already lost. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you how things have kind of been operating in the background. You post in the comment section, it's okay. I'm going to ban you, of course. And the harassment, like, I'm obviously going to ban you, but if you spread misinformation on your own mediums, like your own account or anywhere Wolf doesn't control, we about to come up with the SA tag and put it right on you, because look, information nowadays, you guys forget, that's power, that's status, that's control. You control the narrative, you control people and where their mindset is at. If I say someone is bad, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to tell you exactly why I hate them, why I see them as an enemy, and why you should block them. Because I'm going to be dead honest with you guys. Enemies are enemies for a reason. They are. They really just are. They are people who can't take the hint sometimes too. The people I deal with can't take the hint. They're losing. I'm actively playing a game of chess with them while they're playing 3D checkers. And it's not frustrating, but fascinating, if anything, disappointing. And honestly, fuck them all. If they don't want to stop stalking my profile and bothering me with misinformation campaigns to deceive people, I will continue to break them piece by piece, from account terminations from mass reports all the way to responses in PR statements about their behavior. And yeah, there's a big difference here. Power dynamic. One guy decides to spread misinformation, and one guy decides to call them out on it and tell them that they're wrong. Also, did you know I'm on the Epstein files, according to some sources? So TTA3 believes or says I'm on the Epstein files. I was born May 11, 2007. I want to take a minute to laugh, but I'm not. If I'm on the Epstein files, then I was 0 years old. Man, I'm doing multi freaking geopolitical crises over here while I'm not even out the womb yet, before I'm even a minor thought. It's actually quite funny. So, yeah, these are the type of people I deal with. People who say all types of shit that actually don't actually add up. And I have to sit here and shake my head. I'm shaking my head. And that's just because of how much dumbness I'm hearing. You can't make it up. You won't be able to make it up without having a crazy mindset. So yeah, I'm going to be dead honest. Here's the bottom line. If your enemies think that they are better than you, just remember, these are the types of people who have already lost to you. Look at me. I got platforms where I have my own accounts on. I chill on platforms, Twitter, YouTube, and others. I can orchestrate many burner accounts at once, or what I call sleeper accounts. I have sleeper accounts all across the web currently, and I'm deploying them little by little. I already have plans for where I'm going to place them at, just so I can monitor activity. And that's the chessboard mindset. I'm sitting here just boom, boom, boom. I should put one there. I should put one there. I also got a small website I'm working on. Jesus Christ, someone fixed their tires. I'm also working on a small website. And that's a step on the game, because there's a difference between owning the platform and owning an account on a platform. You can get banned on a platform, but when you're the owner of the platform, it's quite harder. You have to get the platform banned. And if you think my strategics and my placement of my existence is unnegotiable as fuck in the strategic sense. You got to look at how I handle misinformation. I'm done just reporting and blocking people. That's gone way too little untold. I'm going to be honest with you, and I hope big tech and YouTube company, or Google as they call their parent company, doesn't ban me for this, but their whole platforms are shit. All of it, there's no human behind it. It's just automated moderation like AI. And this is the same shit that puts children in danger from pedophilia. The same shit that puts misinformation campaigns on the top of everyone's screen, because everyone is getting only misinformation. People's lives are basically being ruined by their own fans turning against them. I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna call someone out real quick. Now, I respect this guy, even though it's quite bitter now. Roboto, I forgot the last part of his username. This guy was a cool guy. He was chill, but he has zero balls. And I don't mean that in the sexual sense. I mean that in the mental sense. He cannot fight back. Like, he just can't. He made one video. And honestly, I want to be dead center honest with you guys. Once these platforms see that people have given up reporting to them and blocking these accounts, and people are taking proactive steps like making their own websites to get off big websites like YouTube, Twitter, and such, you know why. Okay, look, they got thousands of dollars. They can afford losing one of us. But a bunch of us, that's where it's going to make some noise in their revenue streams. And I'm going to be dead honest, genuinely honest with you guys. These platforms fucked up. They definitely did. They house, or to be better pointing it out, they safe harbor criminal activity. They safe harbor harassment campaigns, misinformation campaigns. That's decimation of character half the time for misinfo campaigns. All right, I'm gonna be dead serious. That shit is no joke. This is war. Choose a side. Either you're with Wolf or you're against us. You're with us? Good. Become a member or become the average outside viewer, so be it. Step out of line, lose your grind. That's the motto. I'm sick and tired of being tethered. Like, I feel like a puppet where my body, my digital presence is moved by strings. Just one move from corporate and everything is pulled. I don't want that. To survive the corporate sabotage stuff, instead of getting banned from platforms, you don't. You don't get banned from platforms because you make your own. And I hate this. I really do hate it, because big social media, yes, it's good. You got Twitter, TikTok, you name it, YouTube. But it's just the risk-reward factor. I'm going to be honest. The risk-reward factor, it's lower. All right? You get false reported on TikTok. From what I'm told, from what I know, you'll get banned instantly. From YouTube, you get copyright just for posting a glow-up you made, just because you used audio. Like, fucking what the hell? And then with TikTok, Twitter, you got so much misinformation. TikTok is actually the same, by the way, just to fill that gap in context. And that's what pisses me off. You have no say in anything, and they can just ban you or do whatever they want. So I'm going to do what I want. Now, I'm going to tell you this. My enemies, they have not seen anything yet. I don't think I should even be explaining why they haven't seen anything yet. I can't even further fully go into detail without having a detailed preemptive list. But enemies, watch out. I don't play around. Your targeting is known, and my response is unknown. To my fans, my friends, my family, my whole family tree from dead to alive, thank you for supporting. Some heroes say, live and die by the sword. Or to best describe it in the Iron Man to Captain America ratio, Captain America rather die and freaking lay down himself on a wire so everyone walks over him. Tony Stark, however, he displays it better than anyone could ever. I should just cut the rope and build the bridge. It's that simple. Cut the rope, build the bridge. Tony Stark said it because it made sense. His lines aren't just a line in a movie script. Those are the fundamental laws of common sense. You can either be the idiot to lay down on the wire and say, I'm heroic, only to let people walk over you and still someone get hurt, which is you. Or you can build that safe bridge across. It's innovation and a decision. Until you can see that, I believe there's no truth. It's dark. Really dark. 10 p.m. No, yep, 10 p.m. Soon it is to be 11. Just 1 hour. I'm going to keep giving my best advice, but I need to close this and bring it in. I'm going to give you a briefing, just a tad briefing as we walk. From TTA 3 to 4, those logged nodes of bad actors on the public logs, I've noticed a reoccurring effect. Trolls are mindless idiots. And I don't mean that to be like a rude harasser. I mean that in the genuine sense, like in the clinically checked sense. These people sit here consistently not catching the hint that they're losing. And they still try to act big and bad. Look, I'm going to compare myself to them. And it's just offensive to compare, actually. And when I compare, while they do have the consistency of someone who's dedicated to dealing with causing shit, they are not, and I mean they are not accurately applying their own logic. They're not using their brain. Know your shit, dog. Know your shit, or I'm calling the fucking cops and getting your ass shot. I'm gonna fucking send a damn fucking... I need to get a gun. See that damn dog right there? Just got right outside its fence. Should get shot right there. That would be way easier. Next time, note to self. Bring the aluminum baseball bat with that crazy ass mutt. Okay, note to self over. Alright, back to what I was trying to say before we were rudely interrupted by a poorly fenced in dog. Thankfully, it was on a leash. Compared to my enemies, I have tactical precision. First, I don't just collect screenshots and say this and this is a problem in a post in a series of thousands of posts, I go to my Google Photos album and I make a specific tag name relevant to the public record tag name, TTA, with a number. And because of that, I can keep physical, well, not physical, but digital screenshot and video file evidence locked up. I also then would make evidence dossiers, like documentation between Google Docs and Google Sheets for any text-based data I need to keep track of. And this is highly efficient, by the way. This is what real investigators would do, I'm pretty sure. I use that to keep track of their bullshit. Now, when I make videos regarding these types of people who target me, I don't just provide evidence without censoring. I censor evidence when I need to, when I feel it's like important to. If it's not PII and it's just evidence for the log, let it be known it's just going to be shown as it is if it's not PII. I usually like black tape the PII by going into my editor using the photo editing formats where I can grab black screen. I would take a picture of one of YouTube's black UI screens or another black UI and turn that into a kind of black tape where you put over the data. So yeah, that's why you get like big black blocks on my evidence, because I'm hiding the data that is highly sensitive. That right there is personal identity protection, all right, PII protection, evidence, responsible evidence handling. That's just strategistic as fuck. But if you think that's strategy, you haven't even seen the populace in a crisis, because let's look at it this way. When you've seen enough things, when someone could say foreskin soup and now it's either a joke to you or just a disappointment to listen to, you've hit that I'm not even shocked anymore value to the information in front of you. You can hear as much bizarre things. What up? You can hear as much bizarre things and after a while be completely numb. The more numb you are, the more the information doesn't even hurt. It's just a data point in a bigger node that you have to unfortunately keep track of. Now, what do I do when I publish updates to the public record? Let me explain what I actually genuinely do. I first make a new video. I then give Google's Gemini, the large language model, that whole entire video file via YouTube URL. The YouTube video remains up on YouTube, documenting the whole drama in video form, so it's educating and very engaging for my subscribers. Meanwhile, what I do is I would take that YouTube URL for my video and ask Gemini to summarize it. First, I give it the template style instructions to make sure the titles are all caps and to make sure the paragraphs are actual paragraphs. Sometimes I have to reprompt it to actually listen correctly. And what I do is I go and check the video after, then look at what it's writing, change a few things that doesn't add up to the truth, fixing any hallucinations, and I publish that. Now, there's two different sets here. The links and the documentation. The documentation generated by AI and audited by human will, when it's uploaded to the document, get an update on the last edited date, but the started date always stays the same because that's when it started. The links, however, are not the same. Links will always remain undocumented by time. The last edited date does not matter.
Warren,
What's up?
if I still want to see video, I'm gonna need you to duet it with everybody else because it's gonna be a family video. Family chain video where everybody duets. You in?
I'm probably gonna do it with the mask.
No, but I'm saying when you get a chance, are you in?
I don't do TikTok much. Is it on TikTok?
Yeah.
I may not be able to do it right away or see it. As to what I was saying, I never ever changed the date of when it was last updated for links. Links are dynamic. They change. Link text can go to profiles, platforms, web pages, documentations. So when I add a document, a profile link, a public profile like YouTube, Twitter, etc., I never change the documentation last edited date because it doesn't matter. These are all dynamic. One platform could ban that account, another platform could ban another one of their accounts, and then you find yourself realizing you continuously keep editing that last edited date, and you're lying to your people because they still see the same rundown. So that's why I never actually changed the last edited date for the links. I have 2 stages, active and terminated. When they're found terminated, they go from active to terminated. That's where I start auditing their term to put them on termination. The ones that are not terminated stay up on active. To further go into detail, with the public log out the way, what are my limitations that I have to worry about? Well, I'm a human being. I'm not just some AI generation freaking account who publishes 167 AI generations a day. No, I am a real person behind the screen. So I do have my limitation. Of course, I post AI content from music to art, etc. And I post gaming content, raw gaming. And I'm human. You can see the signal right here. I'm human. So I do get tired after a while, and I do take a break for both myself and the sake of it. In all the chaos, I've noticed that at the end of the day, these people are unaware of their actions sometimes. Someone spreading misinformation saying I'm part of the Epstein files could easily be debunked quite quickly because I was born particularly May 11, 2007. Look at the dates when the major documented instances happened, from the arrest, the investigation, to the death. That means I was still in my fucking diapers or not even heard of. So the fact that I was, quote unquote, doing very heinous acts at the age of probably 1 would be quite a delight to call out. You also got foreskin soup. This is logically deficient. So, yeah, dude. Keep up with the crazy and you'll just look at it like, what the fuck? Foreskin soup, however, I got a good one for you guys. Foreskin soup. Now, before you click off this stream out of disgust, let me explain that logic deficiency. TTA3, those are the ones who called this one out. They said, and I quote, "I eat foreskin soup." Do you guys know what foreskin is? If you don't, that's what comes off of a male's penis. Now, again, I'd like to say I'm not a medical professional, so every time I talk about foreskin soup, I'm not a medical professional. But to my knowledge, getting circumcised, where where you get that foreskin off, it's actually more healthy than people are letting on. Any man probably is circumcised. Like, look at not on stream, but look at yourself. I can tell I'm circumcised. If you have, my God, this is hard to explain. So I'm going to explain what my private looks like. So it's like this, like a mushroom, and then right there, like just a bit on the edges of the edge, and then the stem. It looks like a literal mushroom, the one that looks like a dome. Why is this important? That's a circumcised private part. That's how you know you're circumcised. Now, everyone who is probably going to check themselves, which I won't be surprised, if you have a penis that looks like that, yes, you are absolutely circumcised. And that's just because that's what it looks like. Now, foreskin soup, here's their narrative, their big catch to their logic. They say, I ate foreskin soup. Now, you would acknowledge the absurdity and look at it and wonder, what the fuck? Foreskin soup is basically foreskin cooked into a soup in their logic. Well, I can't call it logic, but here we are. Anyone who is supposedly eating foreskin soup is either eating the actual meal, which is not human foreskin, but more so an animal's private, which surprisingly, I looked it up on Google. Foreskin soup exists, but it's not a cannibalized product. It's a actual animal's testicles, which is wild to say the least. I actually had the audacity to look up whether it's real or not. Foreskin soup in their kind of context is cannibalism in a way, and I'd say a pedophile food. So yeah, their foreskin soup, the not actual real version, is definitely disgusting, and that's because it's supposed to be made for shock value. If you're unaware, oh my God, my frames are fucking dropping faster than you can say rubber baby buggy bumpers 10 times fast. Okay, probably gonna fix that internet connection. Yep, we got better internet. So, their version of foreskin soup is logical, but we also got to look at the other stuff. Wow, logic. I got hit with a form that doesn't make any sense. So, Agent Margaret, I want to talk about that. Agent Margaret, aka the real person, Princess Margaret. Some people would make AI deepfakes. These people used a princess of the royal family as a secret agent style person who will poison the people. Well, let's say it's a bad thing. If you use AI, I want to exercise common sense. As an AI artist or AI creator, whether it's animation or art, you need to know boundaries. Never, and I mean never, and I mean this really badly, never use someone's likeness. You utilizing someone's likeness for malicious activity of showing them getting is not okay. So if any of you guys think that's okay, yeah. Mental health hotline, go to see one. But if you are using AI for the simplest things of making your job easier, making content that is more harmless, like AI art, AI animation, self-expression, that's fine. But we cross a line when we hit the deep fake category. Never make that. Don't spoof someone's audio. Don't spoof someone's likeness, like their face and shit. It's wrong. And please, don't sit here making AI generate deep fakes of me or some celebrity getting killed. It's awful. And I want to say, all of this ties into something. What's the big catch here? All of the things I'm calling out and talking about are part of a big drama logged under my public record TTA 3, specifically TTA 3. These threats to Aura Wolf are bad because it's just horrible. We've just gone from information to whatever this was, and this keeps going. You got people who mass tag, like, I'm not talking about tagging like using a hashtag something something something. I'm like talking about the at someone, and then what they do is they use a dense thing at someone at someone at someone at, and it just continues going until they got all the people to get pinged. Now, I can assure you that this is not a glitch, but a fundamental problem to me. Not something you can simply fix with troubleshoot methods. YouTube, I have toggled off their little notification toggle so I don't get notified when you or someone else mentions me. No offense to any of my fans, but I don't want to know if someone's mentioning me in a video or a post. I just want to not be told that I'm mentioned. I rather let people mention me, but not be told that I'm mentioned, because I'll find out eventually that I'm being tagged by someone. I'll find out. I got other sources, but I don't want the notification. YouTube, however, despite toggling off notifications, you'll still get notified. In fact, TTA4, or as I logged deeply about the UTTP, these guys mass tag people. They know this vulnerability. They know this weakness. They know people either allow no notifications for @mention, or they know and don't allow notifications. Nonetheless, you'll get a notification half the time, which is a glitch that needs to be fixed. I don't know why the toggle doesn't actually toggle your notifications off for it, but it doesn't. And honestly, the only true way is blocking them. Blocking the notification, the person who directly mentioned you, if they're the problem. Anyone, and I mean anyone and everyone, should be allowed to mention me, but I should not have to get notification due to my settings. Moving forward, we looked at why they are a problem in a full scheme of things. And we see a reoccurring effect. What I'm explaining is not just a simple one-off. These are many documented instances. Between TTA 3 and TTA 4, I've explained everything I've just basically documented, and I probably can't even explain everything because there's not easy way to frame everything in one YouTube content. But these people are malicious. That's the underlining fact. So how do you combat malicious activity? You don't. You can't get rid of them, but you can stop them. Me, I can tell you that I'm like America on a defense budget. When I realize I can automate something to do a task for me, I'm faster to automate that than a platform with a whole entire board of directors. And I'm going to be honest, I am as fast as America on a defense budget when I realize I can automate a task because it's repetitive and I don't want to do it. You can call it laziness. I'll let you do that. You can call it crazy. But yeah, it's true. I'm fast. And here's the big problem. There's a big difference between AI use for getting moderation done or getting things done and using automation. What's the difference? Well, as an architect of my own website, I can tell you there's a big fundamental difference to that. AI, artificial intelligence, has a conscious, well, not a conscious, but a artificial conscious. It can say, oh, but I shouldn't have to ban this person. I don't think they're a problem. It's like a digital moderator. You have a person who has a moral, and this digital version of a person has a moral. However, an automation, all I gotta do is if me or another moderator sees the problem and presses a button, ban, a whole chain of events goes down. First, second, third, so on and so forth. There's splits, there's conditions, there's actions, there's wait timers, there's triggers, exactly all that. There's freaking variables, properties. It's hard to explain, but easy to explain. In fact, I made a video recently talking about automation. You should check that one out. And why is this important? Fundamental difference. Automation doesn't ask. It sees a trigger and the trigger is satisfied, so it starts doing what it's told from first action to last. There's only the fact of the button. So before you say I use AI to get my tasks done, no, I do not use AI to get my tasks done. I use simple automation to make every task other than the human needed aspect done. I am the engine. My will to block someone, my intention to block someone is the final say. There's no AI saying you need to be terminated. There's an automation triggering at the satisfied effect of a trigger, which that trigger is my button I press. So that explains it. Now, why is this important? I have my own platform. I'm trying to replace my social medias with my own platform, little by little. That's a power move. I'm seeing social media accounts drop like flies. All right, TikTok, I've gone every once in a blue and found that people in my DMs who tried DMing me in the past are already deleted. Like they're either deleted themselves or TikTok, cut their account. And same goes for Twitter. Now, I'd like to tell you, it's no joke. You can get banned for doing nothing wrong. Or you can get banned from a bunch of false reports. Or you can get your content removed for a bunch of false reports. And that's exactly why you need to only use the report button for legitimate means. That's why you need to exercise the use of informational warfare. Someone spreads misinformation, you spread the truth. By spreading the truth against the lie, people are forced to look at two fundamentally different aspects. One side is the lie, one side is the truth. What will they believe? Well, there is studies backing what you will believe. If the misinformation is first and the truth is after, people are likely going to listen to the misinformation. However, some people will have a common sense to look at the truth, look at the lie, and fundamentally look at the difference and know what is what. Because not everyone's on that spectrum of looking at fact, looking at objective opinion, etc., everyone usually believes the first thing that pops on their screen. Look at this, the algorithm. The algorithm controls this live stream. They show you that I'm live. I don't show you I'm live, they do. YouTube algorithm does. And that's a problem. YouTube algorithm is rigged by corporate greed, money. Monetization and stuff gets more respect by the algorithm. Consistency gets more respect. However, they want you to treat your YouTube channel like it's the box office. They want you to have a whole corporation, a whole team of people behind this. Why? They can market consistency. They can market that. When you know they market consistency, you know you need to be consistent. If you can't afford consistency, you'll fail in the algorithm. You'll be shadow banned. Yes, YouTube does have shadow bans. Don't believe any lies that there is no shadow ban. There is. When the algorithm sees you're inconsistent, you lose your viewers easily. That's why I'm collecting emails. My news shelter. When I make my official works and I display them, I want people to be able to view it on my website or at least be notified that it exists because they can go to my YouTube channel. That is important. Don't own the platform, you don't own the fan base. You don't own the marketing list. When you have a bunch of people that you can email, say, with automated like layout and shit that says, yep, Wolf and Wolfclaw just published, well, you're fucked. See, I made it very easy. There is two different, how do I explain this? Well, in the technical term, these are called segments, or I'm going to use this as a list. A list can be defined. You have 55 people on a list. Then you have 2 people on another list. How do you define these lists? One list is a more general list where anyone could find themselves on that list, while another one is less. But why less? Well, this second list is defined by trust. How do I define these lists, or technical term segments? First, the general segment, the Orwolf notifier. These notifiers, this first one, is a generalized one. You just need to be subscribed, and that's really it. However, the less general one is a lot, sadly, different. Why? The less general one is defined by trust score. And when I mean trust score is I automate these tasks so you don't get easy access. First off, if I give you a specific badge like VIP because I trust you and you're close to me, or you're part of the moderation team, you get immediate access to this segment, the trust score, Wolf notifiers, trust score notifier. And this segment also has the automated label, specifically the verified label / badge. Why is this important? This label can't be given to your account right away. My automation heavily restricts this badge and label to 1 month of owning an account on the platform. You don't even have to be active. You don't. And trust me, I'm not lying. You don't need to be active. And that's a good thing because not having to be active means you can get it anyway. However, these mailing lists, these segments, are where your emails go. If I decide to limit who gets to see a specific email update regarding a blog post or, well, a YouTube video, I could limit it to only the most trustable people, or I can send it out generally. By subscribing to my news shelter, you're secured in a database that is heavily dividing you by trust. How long have you been on the platform, like owning an account, and a general area. That shows that I prefer a trust score. I prefer how much I trust you over a automated system that says, oh, I want to have an algorithm. No, I was asked by Gemini, and I use Gemini a lot. I don't just use Gemini for inquiries. No, that is one of my freaking ideal suggesters. I use the AI to suggest ideals. I also use AI to give me detailed plans on what I could do, how I could improve, etc. Gemini one time, they told me I should make an algorithm. I said, no, fucking no. I'm not the next YouTube. All of this ties up. I have a platform. I have social media accounts. I have less problems. When I show truth, I have the proof to prove why someone's a problem. And by the end of it, what am I without it? There's this movie-esque saying, what are you without the suit? And in my own way, not in the freaking Tony Stark way. Wildcard, femboy, furry, content creator, internet influencer. That's what I am. What am I without the system? I am still something, not nothing. I also specialize in strategics. When I said I was going to be offline or unavailable for my birthday, I was giving them I know I can be safe on his birthday. No, hun, I hate to be honest with you. That was the biggest play of the century. All I did was simply stay inactive or less active on my birthday. I didn't collect data. I didn't collect evidence, nothing. I celebrated my birthday. I wasn't just celebrating my birthday, I was celebrating your defeat early. When TTA 3 was documented, I, on my birthday, was celebrating both a birthday and a potential win. Because I already looked at the chessboard, I already kept score, and I've already seen the pawns falling into place little by little. I seen their king get cornered, I seen it in check. And before you say checkmate, there's that little reason to want to celebrate. However, let's point out, celebration wasn't wrong to celebrate because I won. Their platforms, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I went and made a burner account, or what I would call a sleeper account, on Instagram. I don't use Instagram at all. I just used it for an account to target them. When they kept spreading misinformation and deep fakes of me, I reported them fast. Their content, their platform, like the whole thing. And by the time I was checking back, the same link I used to get to their account, gone. It said the page was not available. It said some freaking platform-specific unavailable error. Why? Platform took them down. Twitter, same goes for that. I can get their content removed after a while of continuous reports. I can get their accounts removed after continuous reports. YouTube is all the same. And that's the thing. I don't report you for no reason. I report you with a good reason to report you and with scale. Because I report someone who is doing bad actions consistently, all of their content and their YouTube or any type of account they have, I am making sure there's strong accountability against them. And because of that, I win in the long run because a website is not an account. A website can't be easily reported or taken down. My account, their accounts definitely can. I don't own YouTube. I don't own Twitter. I don't own Instagram, but I own Wolf website. I own that website. So, therefore, if I own an account on that website and I replace my socials with that website in terms of control of what I can and can't do and what I need it to do, I can replace my social medias when need be. This makes it less prone to deplatforming for malicious purposes, because I have seen thousands of people say they were mass or false reported in ways for things they never did. When I false report, that's going to be the day someone's going to have to stop me. But until then, I have scale, I have reason to report, and I have documentation. Anyways, before we stop on the Foreskinny and geographic of logic deficiency, I like to tell you this is a real fact. These are real facts, real truth. The stuff I'm talking about is me truly observant. When I got silent dealing with TTA3, I was only silent, not blind. I still had watched their accounts one by one. Any accounts I become aware of will suffer the same fate of being kept on a watch. Other than that, that's really it. And yes, I am strategically excellent in my ways. I don't do it for no reason. I have a reason. And when I have a reason, I form a plan. I form a plan, then we're real fucked. I'm going to ask you, what do you think is worse? A troll harassing you in your comment section, or you having to look like America on a defense budget to protect your digital standing? I'd say it's looking like America on a defense budget, personally, in my opinion. But everyone has their preference. Of course, I'd like to say one thing. That right there, those are glowing. Those are controllers. That's a PS4 Pro. Specific model, a PS4 Pro. Under that, there's a dock. It cools, it charges, it holds disc covers. You don't believe me? It holds disc covers, it cools because there's a fan here, and it charges. All because it's connected to that PS4. It can do cooling and charging. Absolute efficiency. I don't settle for less. I settle for efficiency. I settle for redundant activities being less redundant. This right here, this TV screen can't fit on my gaming chair. This TV screen can't fit on my gaming desk. It can't. And I can tell you, without even going near it, those legs are literally on the edge, kept up by the wall itself. So if I move this now, the whole TV goes down to the floor. Now, this TV is big, I know, but it has great visual. Now, last time I checked, there is something wrong right here, like a line that goes down, but that's because I've kept it on so long, I probably broke the pixels. Now, this right here, I don't watch TV, which is the networks. I don't watch YouTube, even if it's a smart TV. It's not connected to internet. My PS4 is the only thing in this setup connected to internet. My Chromebook, this is a model, a Samsung Chromebook. This Samsung Chromebook is the same thing I build my device, like my platform on. The same thing I launch a editor, a dashboard, launch moderation tools. And I'm going to tell you this. If you've seen my dashboard, you will know. Elite Access Panel, that button is not just a simple button. That goes to a separate mini page connected only by the admin panel with different access privileges. What is on there? Well, that's basically my version of nuclear launch codes. Why? Someone sends me a harassment email, like TTA3. They are utilizing the email system, the system of email, the open access web, to harass me. I put an email, a malicious actor's email, through a platform I link via a button. I can get their Google system ID and time zone, like that. Why? That's so if I need to contact the authorities due to malicious behavior that far exceeds normal trolling and harassment campaigns or misinformation, then I can contact the authorities with relevant information. And of course, that's why my policies say I would never give any information out unless legal necessity or forced to by warrants and stuff. So yeah, that's crazy. And I'm not done. You already know I've been trying so hard to work on my Google alternative where I make a link library, which I've been slacking off on, to be honest. I don't just punch a bunch of links into my editor randomly. No, I'm sitting here literally checking from the freaking certificates to the virus checks. I'm checking the checkers themselves, which is genuinely surprising. And that's the crazy part. I'm checking the checkers. So that's two different checks in its own. I also have other stuff that I will not disclose just on a second page on that button. The main dashboard is not made for looks. It's made for efficiency and productivity. The top bar that would show the quick actions are mostly YouTube, from reports, from report history to held for review to public comments to public posts. You can see it's not just me playing around, it's me watching my main territory. YouTube, this account, is my main territory that I protect and keep online at all costs. And to point out, the stuff under it are data points. I have a whole entire chart that logs my assets from my platforms to my socials. I go by the subscribers, the members, and other stuff like that that can be tracked by analytics. This also, we go down further. I have notes where I keep notes for myself and anyone else who has access to the panel. And I also have a detailed summary of how to use things and information that is necessary for people to know how to run things, what's going on, etc. And I also have a literal button that is a suggestion that I fill every once in a while with suggested ideals or things to use that I don't have room for on the side menu. The side menu is a powerhouse. It doesn't just handle simple things. It has a whole workflow design for a thing. You got a button that shows a small side thing that gives you multiple workflow things from Google, like document, sheets, etc. And you also got the platform moderation, the analytics. It's a powerhouse. It's not meant for looks. It's meant for efficiency. And before you say, oh, it's all static, no. When I show an image of that, I have to chop it because it is fundamentally irrelevant to just give you a small piece while ignoring the chopped end of it. My dashboard is not static. While it is built to be drag and drop static, it is dynamic. New teeth. It is dynamic in kind of a way, because when the page needs more room at the bottom, that the drop downs at the very bottom of the page will just expand the page a bit. You close the drop down to make it close up, the page comes back up. It's actually quite convenient and useful. I've also managed to start working better with actual corporate tested A/B testing workflows where I actually look at my dashboard, realize what I'm doing wrong, look at full-on, fully established workflows from dashboards that are way more relevant to big platforms and implement these ideals to make it better. Because of that efficiency, I can easily, within only a few clicks, have YouTube held for review open, report history open. I can already have a documentation or Google Sheets file open. And all this makes secondary tabs. So while yes, I can't handle the clutter of opening a bunch of tabs, if I wanted to, depending on my device, depending on the strength of my device, I could open so many tabs and be as efficient as possible. But I'd hate to be the spoiler, the one of bad news. Just because I have a efficient workflow design and a good dashboard doesn't mean it's efficient. The efficiency is only as efficient as you are. Some days I am hyper as fuck, willing to do anything and everything to get things done. Some days I'm too sluggish, I'd rather lay in that bed right over there. That, I still sleep with in plushies. I mean, Jesus Christ. I own a whole website. I use tactical freaking methods to survive bullshit online. And I'm a freaking gamer, YouTuber, and internet influencer. And I'm still with these stuffed animals, these plushies. I know. Wild take. In fact, that's my suit. The tail that I barely wear, the freaking hat, the helmet, the paws. Yep, it's all there. Now, where do I actually sleep on this bed? Not here. You may think I sleep here, but this is false. You are absolutely wrong. I can tell you exactly where. Right there. Usually, I put my head this way while tilting my body this way. These are usually stacked against the wall, and this is usually stacked here. If my light is on, then I can sleep better. If my light is off, then I can't sleep. Why is that? Well, I'm not a medical scientist. I'm not a medical professional, so please rule out any of this as medically factual until you can see it from an authorized person. I have a problem. I can't sleep. If the lights are off, I can't sleep. Not because I'm scared of the dark, but because I need to actually have light. Because I'm mainly a night owl, I sleep during the day. When the sun is out, the sun is bright. So if I want to sleep during the night and get to sleep, lights can't be off, lights have to be on. Another thing, a combination to help me sleep. Why is this closed? First, the AC is on, and I don't want to freeze. Second, if the heat was on and the light was on, I would be tired right now. This is keep me awake. And because I'm live, so it's a necessity to stay awake. That over there, I also use that. I want to tell you, the dock I showed earlier actually fails at one task. Yes, it does charge my controllers. I can confirm that with absolute stunning accuracy. It does everything it says it's going to do. It does have a fan. The fan does work. But this thing is a PS4 Pro. People are getting full-on PS5s. I'm keeping a downgrade version of what you guys got. So my shit is going to be bound to be struggling eventually. So I have to keep the AC on when I actually am playing anyway, with the AC like this. Just to keep the room cool, to icebox myself and the whole entire device, because it gets that hot. Now, you're probably wondering, can a PS4 get that hot? Yes. Yes. I've even joked about cooking a fucking omelet on the fucking thing. This PS4 can get, if I don't have the AC on, this PS4 can get hot enough that I could feel it, right? Right here, I touch here, it's hot as fuck, right at the ports. Sometimes it even starts to cool down right, like around here where the symbol is. Somewhere in this area starts to cool and stay cooler. This area tends to get less hot, mostly the ports. When the ports get hot, then you are in danger. First, you will notice your frame rates, depending on the game, drop. Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Valhalla. Those games are freaking heavy. Just heavy. I'm gonna be dead honest. Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Valhalla are heavy as fuck because of the visuals, but they handle very well. Sometimes after way too much strain on your PS4, yes, it will get a tad glitchy, but it will handle well under the pressure. Just like me when trying to survive a angry Viking with an axe and an attitude. However, when playing Minecraft, oh no! I've tried playing Minecraft while recording, only to get hit with, whoopsie, your fucking PS4 crashed, your game crashed. Yeah, Minecraft is more prone for me to crashing than any other game I play. Now, I want to call out something stupid. I have so many mods on my shit. So you're not just running the normal Minecraft game. No. You're running a shit ton of mods over the Minecraft game. So these mods are altering how the game reacts, functions, and looks. They already added heavy visuals, and that sometimes crashes it every once in a while. But the mods only just make it amplified. So, therefore, what do you expect to happen? Crash. Get a blue screen of death and an error message. But that's the only game I do truly struggle with error-wise. And that's exactly why the AC is not an AC, but more so a freaking lifesaver for my PS4. And yes, you are probably wondering, what is my floor like? This is my floor. Now, obviously, you would say it looks like a granny's freaking wallpaper. You're right. I agree with you there if you think that. Why is this here? All these stains. I can explain that quite easily. The floor had a carpet. On the edge here, they had carpet boards because how carpets are built, and I'm no professional creator for houses and shit, but they would put strips of wood all along the wall edge, like the walls, all around the room. Then they would put nails and shit to keep them down, but then staple the carpet or nail the carpet in somehow. They also would use adhesive glues, some type of strong glue, to keep it down as well. So naturally, this floor was ripped up. The whole carpet was ripped up. However, no, I did not have a professional do it. In fact, I had the balls, the audacity, and the time to take it into consideration and do it myself. No professional, just me and the balls to do it. So yeah, no carpet. How does it feel to walk on the floor? To me, it's like a normal floor, just a bit sometimes uncomfortable when you're not used to it all the time. In fact, I can tell you the other room in my house also was ripped up by me. And yes, I do have wolf like symbols all of my room. That poster, ignore that. That's just some vault game poster I used to have kept up somewhere else. This, however, this is the abomination of success that I have in front of me every day. Whether I'm gaming or creating more for my website, this is what you see. And I'm quoting this. Work hard, dream big. That's a big thing to think about. Working hard and dreaming big. Now, yes. Do I work hard? Somewhat. Do I dream big? Hell yeah. Of course, everything does have a consequence. Because I won't update to a new PS4, a new PS5, and I'd rather have the PS4, I may have more issues more coming down the line as some features may get sunsetted and other stuff like that. However, it's widely recommended that you do what works for you and only switch when things are necessity. Also, check this sword out. made of wood. It's a wooden sword. Uh-oh, bugs got in. That's all right. Oh! Where'd it go? Motherfucker. Cockroach. Found one. Night bugs are coming in. I'll have to close the window. That's most of the bugs. For now. Wipe my hands clean of them. I fucking hate bugs. That should get them riled up. No, dead bug. Not dead bug. Well, got them all. They were so riled up, I was able to get them away from that. This is to pull it back and grab the salt. This is to pull off the safety. This is the safety. You pull it down, you aim, you shoot. See, I can't shoot because I haven't pulled off safety. Safety mechanism. This is a bug slayer. It's a gun that's used for killing bugs. Just need table salt. Normal, average table salt. So if you're in your kitchen, there's a bug, grab some table salt, fill her up, and of course, let's point out, do not shoot at face or eyes. Any questions? Okay. No questions, no problem. I'm out. Not a lot of bugs got in. Thankfully, I caught it in time and realized my room was being invaded by them. Empty.
At least I know you're inside because I'm not locked your ass out.
I just killed a bunch of bugs. Don't worry, locking me out won't help. I could just go through the window.
Yeah. Well, it's locked in the door, so it's locked.
Told you guys, simple table salt. That's all you need to refill. Just to break up any hard pieces. Like the sound. Now it's refilled. Any bugs that come in my room later if I open the window, I'll just be sitting there like the old grandma in the fucking chair. But thankfully, because there's no kickback, I won't fall back.
And that too. Honest.
Ah, new bug. Motherfucker land on my sheets. Takes to kill one thing. Now I'm gonna have salt in my bed because of these bugs. Nasty creatures. Bright side. I know now to keep my window closed at night. I wasn't bugging. They're small. Got him. Damn you little shit. Thankfully, these ones mostly be landing on walls, or I would be screwed out of my mind. That's all the bugs. Hopefully. Efficient. And that is how you deal with bugs. Don't try it at home. You have to be kidding me. Aim. I'm sick and tired of you guys. Go away. Either I'm seeing them fall and get killed, or I'm watching them move too fast for me to comprehend. Alright, you can't get away from this. Go ahead, land somewhere. Well, can't get away from... Okay, maybe you can. Go. Hopefully that's the last bug. Now that I've lost my appetite, killed a bunch of bugs, and wondered why I had my window being the problem, what next? Here's the absolute efficiency I was talking about. Got my dashboards one by one. Got moderation related stuff that could lead to any dashboards. Since all this is here, it doesn't go here, but analytics, you got contacts, you got workflows as stated, then elite access panel, then you got the dev panel, which isn't too important, agency profile, which is part of Wix, dev panel, then you just got a bunch of dev stuff like site automation, site functions, site settings, site media, site badges, site storage, site channels, site groups, site FAQs, and AI agent beta. Anyways, I might have to go anyway, so this is where I'm at from last logged. Make sure to subscribe if you want me to get to 4K. I want to get to 4K by the end of this year, at least.